Hey lovies, this is Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are doing great. Happy Thursday. We are almost there, guys. We are almost there, almost the end of the week. Um, but yes, I do hope that the week has been treating you guys well, especially those of you who are working, the 9 to 5 grind, on that hamster wheel throughout the week. I'm hoping that it treated you well so far. We're almost there though. But nonetheless, with all that said, if you're new to the channel, as you guys start coming in, welcome. I hope you like what you see here, decide to stick around. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff to help support the channel. I got one of my favorite people in the whole wide world that just popped in, the Phoenix Priestess. Hey love, what's up girl? Hey girl, hey. My soulie in the building. Check her out, guys. Check her out, please and thank you. That is the road dog right there. And yeah, so for those of you who have already been rocking with your girl for a bit, welcome back and thank you for the continued support. I gotta keep in mind I got this plugged in, moving my hands too much, talking with my hands too much like that. Hey Joy, what's up girl? How you doing? That's another amazing reader right there, guys. That's my girl right there. Check out readings by Spiritualist Joy. She is the shit. Okay. My day was okay for the most part. It was we're down staff for the time being, and then the head teacher had to leave for a meeting. So it was just me and one other staff with 4 kids, and we're supposed to be 1-to-1. So they were definitely testing boundaries, and I had to use my teacher voice more than once. And they got scared, and they were like, "Oh shit!" And then they were quiet as little church mice. It was pretty funny. But like, yeah, we're not playing that game. I got run all over me. Damn kids, but I love them. No, those are my babies. I gave them all a hug at the end of the day. I was like, "I love you, but you know you were being a little buster today, right?" And they're like, "I'm sorry, Miss Michelle." I'm like, "Yeah." Why? Because you think I'm gonna tell Amanda tomorrow? Don't tell Amanda. But anywho, oh, my girl said, "I thought you was gonna lock it up." I haven't done it yet, but I plan on it. I'm letting it grow out a little bit more. I think I'm gonna get faux locks first, just to kind of do something different for the rest of the summer. I kind of want to straighten it one more time, as long as they don't burn my hair. Gotta go to somebody who knows what they're doing with natural hair, and then I think I'm gonna lock it up probably like in the fall. That's what I'm thinking, or by my birthday at the very least. We'll see, because I want to have some length. Like last time I started my locks, my hair was like this short, little baby locks. I grew them to like past my butt, but then I cut them off. Everybody's like, "You cut off all that hair, oh my god!" But it was a good thing. All right, guys, let's get started, because y'all know I like to ramble sometimes, but I love you guys. You said you're cutting yours? Oh wow! I won't say, "Oh no!" Like, no, do it if you want to, bro. Because I did the same thing. I was like, "Yeah, I'm over it." For whatever reason you're doing it for, do it for yourself. Don't worry about what other people think. All right. So with all that said, my lovies, let's get started, shall we? All right, we're gonna get started with the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and yeah, so we're gonna get started with that. I have some pre-selected decks that I felt drawn to before I got started, and we're just gonna kind of rock with it, lean with it, rock with it, lean with it. All right, so let's flip the deck. What we got here? We have, ooh, I like it, New Life and Happy Happy. Okay, this is a nice start. Let's see what's going on with you guys. Okay, 411. What's up? I almost put what's the 411 on the title. But I was like, I feel more like what's the vibes. We're just chilling, maxing, relaxing. All right, so let's get like 3 cards. Like maybe 3 cards from here. None of them flipped upwards, so I'm not gonna take any of those. It's her butterfingers. Couple more shuffles for this deck, and then we're gonna get started. All right, so we're down the bottom here. Peace, yes, I like this energy already. You guys are just trying to find your damn peace. Like, her peace be still. Like, like anything that's coming in disturbing it. Like, and I guess that's why I got like that feeling of like just vibing, chilling, like just being in a good space. You know, you might have felt in this energy for a bit, like left out in the cold kind of vibe. With orphaned here, feeling alone, isolated. Like you guys are working on, yeah, go the distances in the middle. You guys are getting out of that energy, I feel like, as you restore yourself. I like that. All right, like I said, let's get maybe 3 cards to start off from here. Chop wood. You're in this time of preparation right now. You're in this time of preparation. We have what's his name? This person's name Smear. It looks like it says smear. You probably like to smear baby oil on yourself, right? While you get fucked in the ass. Diddy's your best friend. Oh, that's really cute. Anywho, so yeah, I just heard that this check from way back in the night looks like late 80s, early 90s. No Vaseline. They probably like it like that. I like it like that. All right, we have No Place Like Home here on the bottom. Yeah, I think some of you guys might be getting ready to move, or you're just you're preparing your space, right? Just to be in a place in which allows for you to just be at peace. Clean it up. Yeah, you might be like doing some decluttering and stuff like that in your home community. You might be decluttering in the reverse. You might be even decluttering when it comes to like people who you don't want in your space anymore here in the middle of the day. All right. Tell us more. Let's get like 2 more from here. We got here and now. You're focusing on the present. No more focusing on the past, past mistakes, past disappointments, things like that. Understanding that, I just heard tough titty. Stressing or, stressing or dwelling about things that we can't change, right? For what? Who does that serve? It serves absolutely no one. You're setting your sights higher. You're imagining what your life can be like when you start to think outside the box, seeing things from a new perspective, and focusing on where you're headed. So there is like I'm getting like an inspirational spark happening. We have Yang here. That's about that's like that, like that big bang. It's like it's like this big sense of just like excitement and enthusiasm going towards different projects and things that you might be getting ready to work on. You feel inspired right now, and I like to see that energy. Hey Tyler, how are you? We have Treasure Island here. Yeah, definitely focusing on your happiness. I like it. One more from here, Spirit. Yeah, no place like home. I'm definitely picking up on like home life being really important right now. And just your space, right? I just heard home is where the heart is. Making sure that whatever space that you occupy, it feels like it's something that's worthwhile for you. And that could be like, if it's not about home per se, it could even be about work, right? Making sure that, work feels like a place that you want to be. We spend more time at work than we do with our own family at home. So, take the messages as they resonate. It is a collective message. But yeah, definitely like this. We have Clean It Up here again. Like this. Yeah, understanding the things that no longer serve and removing yourself from those things. Not for you is here on the top. Yeah. Understanding the things that made you feel like left out in the dark and in the cold. Like you're like, yeah, no. If it doesn't align with what I need right now in my life in terms of finding the sense of peace, harmony, and balance, happiness, it's gotta go. Anything unaligned must go. One more thing here. I know I said that was the last part from me, but I feel connected. So what do we got here? We got yeah, there's a reason why they they wanted me to pull again, because look what's out again. That sense of peace. There's a big emphasis on that. The number 5 might be important right now. It might be wow. Holy shit. got like 3 cards back to back with that 5 energy, 32, 50, and 23. Wow, and they're all back to back. So there's big changes happening. And it was all fated to happen this way. Give yourself a pat on the back for getting through this part of the journey. It might have took you some time to get here. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, you might have had to learn some karmic lessons and things like that, right? So there's fate involved and karma involved to get to where you're trying to go. And this is something that's going to help, again, prepare you. You have a leg up here. You know, it gives you a leg up. It gives you that sense of preparation. You know where you're headed because you're more equipped now. You're wiser. You're stronger after a period of feeling not so great. All right, so let's see. Let's get. I'm picking up on the Shaman's Dream right now. Love this deck. It's a really good one. Show you guys what it looks like. Especially if you're readers yourself and want new decks. I'm actually like getting to the point where I'm like, I need more decks. I need more decks. So, you know, every month I purchase maybe like 2 to 3 new decks just because I like to have different ones. They all have different energies, so, and they all serve a different purpose. So I definitely like to have different ones. Other readers might resonate with that. Like, it's just a tarot deck, but no, it's not just a tarot deck. It serves a different purpose. Right. Granted, I like collecting a lot more like oracle cards, to be honest. Wow, look at that. You can't make it up. How, holy shit, it is written in the stars for you. The fates. And look, skywriting. The fates. You can't make this up even if you wanted to, my loves. Things like it's divinely orchestrated. It's meant to happen exactly the way it's happening. It's one of those things that might not always feel that way. Sky bridge, possibility for union. Interesting. I'm kind of getting like union within yourself, like not even with like another person. I'm getting more about like, again, that sense of harmony and balance within you. Being more in tune with yourself, especially how she's like hugging herself in that picture. Like, she's like, man, ain't nobody coming in to disturb my peace. If you're coming into my space and into my life, causing a ruckus, like, you got to go. Empty well. Time to replenish. Yeah. If you're not pouring into me the way that I'm gonna pour into you, then yeah, you got to go. Let's get 3 more from here. We have covenant, sacred contract here. Remember I said 1313 as I'm saying this. It's definitely it's written. Like there's this contract that you might have signed. For those of you who believe in, like, you know, reincarnation and all that stuff, you might have already signed a contract, you know, that, you know, on a soul level in the 5D, where you came into this life having an agreement, and that's why things have gone the way that they've gone. It's happening exactly the way it's meant to. We have many masks here. It says the authentic self on the bottom. Also getting, you guys are like kind of learning how to be more true to who you are and what you need. I heard the word cater. Maybe catering to what it is that you need at this time more. Stranger, curiosity is here on the top of the deck. Maybe you've been so used to wearing a mask and, you know, hiding your true self for so long that, like, now that you're about to not do that, you're removing that sense of yourself. Like, I heard the word cloak. You're removing that. So now it's like you have, you know, having to be, I heard the word bare. Like, you're bare now. They're seeing, they, meaning, you know, everybody else is seeing the real you, and it might feel a little bit like, you know, you feel naked. You're like, I don't know how I feel about this. You know, people really being able to see the true you. But this is what's necessary for you to be able to live your highest self and your truest self. What wives is here? Adaptability. You're adapting. Let's get 2 more from here, Spirit. Yes. Remain adaptable during this time is what I'm getting. All of a sudden I'm hungry again. And mind you, I ate not that long ago. Every time I read, I get hungry. It's really annoying. Whether I eat beforehand or not, it's like, damn, bro. All right. We have benefactor. It says grace and generosity. Moving with a sense of grace. You know, being able to, give and receive with a sense of grace. Right? Not expecting anything necessarily in return when you are giving. However, holding/setting a boundary when it comes to noticing when people are not doing their part too, right? Relationships are meant to be reciprocal. So while you might be saying, okay, well, I don't necessarily expect anything from a person, there is still this underlying notion, realistically speaking, that especially within actual relationships in our lives, that you know you still should kind of show up too. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to show up exactly the same way. Like, let's say if you let somebody borrow a few $1,000s, and you know what I mean, and you know that they can't show up in that same way for you. Hopefully they can at least show up when you're going through some emotional problems or something, and they can just be there to talk. Does that make sense? I'm getting something like that. But there is this energy of, understanding when there are ties that need to be closed out and severed. We close the door. Those things are complete, is what I'm getting. Especially with that number 5. We got a lot of number 5 energy throughout this reading so far. We had like 3 cards back to back that had number 5 energy. So there are big changes happening. Wailing tree, reconciliations. I'm getting that there's certain things that can't be reconciled for some. Middle of the deck, we have perfect storm, the courage to step into life. And there's a crow here. So that's giving like death vibes. Especially with the completion and all that. Doing what needs to be done. You're realizing that there's certain things that have to, like, you might have, signed a contract, in the, the 5D, right? It's karma. It's lessons that have to be learned, so on and so forth. But you're also realizing, okay, I gave into whatever that was already, and now it's time to release it. Hence the whole, things that are not for you, fate, peace and balance. Like that, those are the things that we've been seeing throughout this reading so far. So anything that's been coming in, disturbing that has to go. Hey, you. Yeah. Anything that comes in that's disturbing that has to go, and you have to be able to recognize what's what. All right, let's get one more from here. And if these messages are resonating as they come out and you're here, hit that like button, subscribe. All those things are super helpful. I'm picking up on something. That's why I had to stop like mid shuffle here. I'm getting like also like this energy of, aside from like this having peace and all that and harmony in your life, and removing the obstacles and things and of that nature that are kind of hindering that process. I am also getting like some of you guys might need to kind of work on other types of things as well, like habits and stuff like that. I did just pick up on that. So like, let's say overthinking. That could be a thing for some. Overworking. Trying to like, this is what I'm picking up on. People who will overwork or bury themselves in work. Like, I'm getting like workaholic kind of vibes. Bury themselves in work so that they don't have to, when it's like actually sit down with yourself, you're not at peace where you're at. And if you're not feeling at peace within your own self, within your space, That's why they're saying it's time to declutter in different ways, in different areas, right? It could be like physically decluttering. It could be physically moving for some. Like, it's going to look different for everybody, so just take the messages as they resonate. However, they are saying that, if you're holding on to things that, don't serve, what are you doing, basically? Because you're not helping yourself and you're not helping anyone else. You're definitely not helping yourself. So, do what needs to be done. Again, that's going to look different for everybody. So take the messages as they resonate. It could be work. It could be, where you live, so on and so forth. Take the messages as they resonate. Yeah, see? Sometimes we just have to accept, call a spade a spade. We have two cards that came out together. We have Empty Well, which it says time to replenish. Right? You're not, might be like, running yourself ragged, overthinking or overworking, not taking care of yourself. I'm hoping that you guys are, seeing how that's, like, how far that's gotten you, because it's not helping, right? And it says, beloved, radical acceptance. You have to sometimes, accept things for what they are. Like, I know, for instance, I need to leave one of my jobs. Sometimes I wonder about the other one too, to be honest with you. I love what I do, but I'm like, I'm tired. I've been doing that shit for 7 years. I wanted the jobs and the other one 17 years. So I'm just like, it would be nice to just kind of start over, start fresh, do something different, a different company, and not have to work 2 fucking jobs anymore. So it's like, I have the experience, I have, a degree. Like, what am I doing with my life? You know what I mean? This can't be it, So I might feel like that. Like, why am I like busting my ass and bending over backwards for situations, people, whatever, that don't serve me? When I know I'm the shit. Like, you might have to kind of, allow yourself to remember who you are. As I'm saying, remind yourself of who you are. Look, I don't think I've ever been seeing this card before in this deck. Crown Games. Right use of power. Stepping into that shit. I'm gonna unplug this because this is driving me fucking nuts. Because my leg keeps hitting the fucking cord and it's like, keeps moving and I'm getting aggravated. But yeah, look at that crown energy. Like, you're stepping, this is the time for you to step into that. Stepping into your power. How do you use it? Use it in the right ways. And the right way to use it is to complete those cycles that no longer serve. Close those doors. Fuck that. Why are you staying where you don't want to be? It's all about intentionality. It says the eye of the needle. Being intentional about what it is that you actually want. You can sit there until you're blue in the face, speaking to myself right now, until you're blue in the face, say, I want this, I want that, I think I deserve this, I think I deserve that. But if you're staying where you know that you're not happy, hi Kai. Like I said, I've been at a job for 17 years. I hate that fucking job. I have not liked that job in about almost 10 years. Probably more, to be honest with you. Why am I still there? For what? There is nothing that's serving me at that fucking place. Nothing. I'm the last one standing too. Everybody else is gone. Of the crew that I worked with for upward to 15 years, I'm the last one. What does that fucking tell you? And they're all doing great. They're all happy. So why the fuck am I still there? Kyle and Sharice. Oh yeah. Allie, yeah, Kyle and Sharice are gone. They left 2 years ago. Well, that technically they were let go, but that was probably the best thing that could have possibly happened to them. They're both happy doing their own thing. Scotty, I don't know if you ever met Scotty. Did you? Scotty works at a different store. He loves it there because it's quiet, and I need to maybe talk to him. I really don't want to work 2 jobs anymore at all, but you never know. Just be like, hey, Scotty, what's up? Still relatively close. So it's like, what else? Let's see. Who else did you know? Well, you already know Earl isn't there. I'm just like, but yeah. Yeah, so you never met Scott. No, Scott? No. Oh, I think you're thinking about CJ. No, Scott was he was the store manager at one point. He worked under my old boss Rich. He actually used to own it way back in the day. But yeah, he moved on because they did him dirty. He got real sick, like his cancer came back, and then he came back and they demoted him but they wanted him doing all managerial things, but didn't give him codes to do anything. It's like, make that fucking make sense. Like, you want him to put in all the orders and stuff like that, but then he has no actual ability to do anything. Fuck that place, you know. Fuck that Max. So it's like, yeah, no, fuck that place. They on some bullshit, and I gotta get out of there because that place is just, it's bringing me down. And I've done that for years. Like, this isn't anything recent. I've been saying this for a long time. I don't know how many times I've, shopped my resume around and revised it and stuff to leave there, and I always end up staying. It's fucking stupid at this point. Makes no sense. But I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I can't. But anywho, I quit the day. Always said he could do it alone. Oh yeah. He's fucking Thomas, man. He's a piece of fucking work. Yeah, I remember he pulled some shit on me a couple of times. It was on fuck. What, he pissed me off on, what was it, like, was it New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve, one or the other, a few years back, and I was so fucking aggravated. I was like, and I yelled at everybody because everybody was just doing stupid shit. The guys in particular are all acting like fucking macho men. None of them know what the fuck they're doing. And I'm just like, yo, how is it y'all niggas didn't do shit all fucking week? Y'all know it's the holidays and y'all didn't fucking fill up properly. I'm helping niggas on the fucking floor and ringing at the same time. Ooh, it's making me mad. I hate that fucking store. So, because all them niggas out. I was like, how about y'all all stop measuring your fucking dicks? I said this in front of customers too. I didn't care. How about y'all stop measuring your fucking dicks and do your fucking jobs? This is not about ego. Do your fucking job. I swear to God, I said that. I'm like, why am I'm a cashier. How the fuck am I doing y'all's jobs? I was pissed, yo. I went off. I was pissed. And I was like, and then I was like, fuck this, I'm out. I quit. So then Thomas tries to step in front of me when I'm leaving. I said, get out of my fucking way, Thomas. And I think I even, like, I didn't shove him, but I, like, kind of, like, did a pivot and parry, like, get the fuck off of me and get out of my way. I did one of those. And and then Sharice was calling me, and she's like, Shell, please come back, please come back. I was like, no, fuck this, I ain't going back. And then she was like, come on, just, can you do it for me? I was like, only for you, Reese, only for you. I was so fucking mad that night. Oh, man. I was like, yo, y'all lucky Reese made me come back, because, like, I really was about to be legit done. And that was years ago. Years. I regret not fucking sticking to my guns now. Alright, bottom of the deck. We're reading from Love and Money here. This deck is interesting. I'm trying to connect with it, but I've noticed that when I do feel drawn to it, I've been getting messages that make sense and flow. So we're going to go with it. So we do have this energy of, it says comparison. So no more, worrying about, what other people got going on. Worry about yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah, worry about yourself. Like, it's one of those, I'm getting one of those things. It's like, you might see other people, doing certain things in their lives, and you're like, damn, they're doing really great. And I'm not necessarily saying like there's jealousy or envy or any of that per se, but it could be for some. And, it's a natural human emotion. Doesn't make you a bad person. But check that, right? Check that at the door, because, you don't need to compare yourself to anybody else. It's all about you. Warning. Firing a warning shot as a sign of authority and control. We talked about control just a second ago. Skips necessary steps to gain an advantage. What I'm more so picking up on is you guys are being warned that there are people who, are just on some BS, and you just have to, it's given also, you can't compete where you don't compare. So maybe even being mindful of how other people move around you. It might not even be you that's the jealous one. Not to say that that was the case to begin with, but I'm just making a point, like, I did pick up on a little bit of that. We're in like these weird positions in our lives sometimes where, we're just trying to get up out the mud, you know what I mean? And life is life, and it be lifing, and sometimes it's not, what you want it to be, and we have our moments. I'm gonna say we, because I do think that it, I don't think any of us are, immune to that kind of feeling. But As long as you're not staying in that weird ass energy and harboring it, that's the most important thing. But there could be somebody in your space who is like that and harboring it and watching everything you do and trying to compare themselves. But they can't. You can't compete where you don't compare, right? For some of you, it could even be a past person that you dealt with. Infidelity is here, in the middle of the deck. I'm also getting just stay true to you in this process. What did you say, girl? Exactly. His wife was jealous of me. She put racist stuff on this, but it's wow. Well, they can suck a dick, right? Your mouth is real wide open to talk all that shit. Go choke on one, bitch. I said, bitch. They could join the person in the earlier comments who was talking shit. Go get the baby oil ready. Fuck each other. No exit. Yeah, you might sometimes feel trapped or confined in your circumstances, but I do feel like you're getting out of that energy. You're realizing, yeah, you might feel a sense of overload, overworking and shit like that. And I did say something about maybe feeling like you're doing too much. So it's like, and I actually referenced the word hamster wheel earlier before I was even pulling in. You might feel like that, like you're on the hamster wheel. Yeah, it's time to reevaluate, certain aspects of your life and, where you're putting your energy, where you expend it. Yeah. Because once you start to realize where those places of lack are, you can make a breakthrough is what I'm getting. You don't have to stay in this energy if you don't want to. We do have free will. I'm going to say we, right? We have free will. We don't have to stay in these circumstances if we don't want to. But we also have to show that that's really what we want. Again, you could say, hey, Buki, what's up, my love? Check out my girl, guys. One of my sisters right here. Intuitive Interactions. Check her out. She is an amazing person, a part of my soul tribe. Great reader. Beautiful person. Just inside and out. Just like my girl, the Phoenix Priestess. I'm just saying, check them out. You will not regret it. Check them out. Welcome in, my love. Across distances. Interesting. What's this about? Interesting. This makes a lot of sense because this definitely kind of does go back to what we were talking about, like fate and things like that. I'm not really picking up on romance on this one, to be completely honest with you. I'm just getting, in general, as you connect with the Most High, you start to see things differently. Like there's certain things that will not will not let up. Like certain, come on, why are all these cards falling everywhere? Fuck my life. Let's not actually say that. I don't mean it. I'm just saying it because I'm annoyed. It's like, come on, dude, because there's too many fucking cards to pick up now. Fuck. Maybe Spirit is like, nope, that's all we gotta say from this deck because I'm not about to pick up all these and try to put them back like the right way. That's not happening. So yeah, that deck is all done. I think we got what we needed to say out of it. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, so yeah, the word serendipity is on here. So that's standing out to me a lot. Transcendence is also on here. So it's like there are certain things that, are in alignment and just make sense. And you might not know what it means just yet, but it will make more sense in the future. That could be why those cards just jumbled out like that. I dropped a couple cards here and there. It's not that dropped them. They just, they flew out that way. But the fact that like those just like, it's almost like they exploded out of my hand. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm just chilling. Like how the hell did the cards come out like that? So that could be why. Like it could just feel like everything feels somewhat jumbled, where you're confused by stuff. But then they're like, no. Allow yourself to, reevaluate things and understand. Hey, you're on this path for a reason. You might not understand it just yet, but there's going to be a sense of getting like clarity after, the storms, after the cloudiness, especially as there's all these wild, I'm looking out the window slightly through the curtain. all of those wildfires in Canada. Let me know if you guys live where you're seeing that, or dealing with that. I'm in Connecticut, so I'm one of the people who, it looks crazy outside. It's like, what the fuck? Yesterday I was like, what is this? All right, so I split this deck here. We have disharmony, the mismatch of different perspectives, ideas, or actions, conflict between people, ideas, or elements, along with boomerang, of repeating process, repeating, starting over. So there could have been a repeated pattern or cycle of things just constantly, um, you know, this really weird back and forth, constantly, shit happening over and over again. Some of you guys might like the movie Groundhog Day. Let me know if that resonates at all. She is. I think she's closer than me to Canada. Ah, my back. She's in Michigan, so I believe that's closer. I'm in Connecticut, so I'm like under her, if I'm not mistaken. Not good at geography, so don't quote me on that. But yeah. Yeah, it looked crazy as hell outside. It's like a yellow tint. Just really like, you can't see the sky. Like, it looks kind of wild out there. You have bear here. It says protection. So you are protected throughout this process. And that's an energy that's been showing up a lot. I'm getting the clowns are being exposed, because we have a sarcastic personality, joyful times, the effort to seek enjoyment. But it came out in the reverse. I'm just showing it in the upright, but like it came out in the reverse on the top. It's like you're being protected from those fake ass people who play. I heard the word jester, that play games and are manipulative, want to try to control the narrative, and yeah, no thank you. Yeah, you're working on yourself. You're repairing. All right, let's get like 3 cards from here. What we got here? See? Fake energy, I'm telling you. We have snake here. Says cold-blooded, self-interested, threatening individuals and influences. So there are people who are learning who these snakes in the grass are. Or you might have already learned this energy. Yeah. We have conflict on the bottom of the deck here. We have void underneath that. So it's like, and that goes back to that orphaned energy, feeling empty, right? But just so y'all don't think I'm just making shit up. But we have conflict, and then we also have void underneath that. And the way that the card like kind of split away from itself, I'm like, okay, we're about to see that card too. So we have solution here on the top of the deck. It says a strategy or answer found to overcome a problem or challenge. So you've been in the process of making a choice. Dead end. To end it. To dead the situation, whatever it is. Again, can't be letting people or situations come into your path, disturbing your peace for what? And then you guys are just realizing more and more, like, yeah, no, I'm good on that. Which is good. You're doing the right thing for yourself by releasing that. Yep, bear is here again, officially on the spread. We have journey here. Discovering oneself, events, or people, embarking on a journey or moving, making a change. And we talked about possibility of some of you guys moving. We've talked about that a lot lately, actually. Yeah, friendship is important maybe for some of you guys. And this is in the upright and stuff. So I actually feel good about this energy here. My nose is about to itch. Or is itching. About to sneeze. Relationship based on shared experiences or interests. Built on honesty, reliability, and understanding. Middle of the deck we have freedom. Oh, wait a minute. No, might be a fake friend. I was hoping that was a good energy. But then when my nose started going off, I was like, wait a minute. No, I changed my mind. There could be there's a fake friend who plays a lot of games. They might want revenge. revenge on you for what? Don't know. It's like, what, because I'm just doing me, I'm living my own life. Maybe once you start, now I'm noticing which side of my nose is itching the most is the left side. So this is more like past energy. I think that you realize that somebody was on some bullshit. You were protected from this person. And once you started to realize what the energy was, you moved on. And now they're all in their feelings. And they might even want to try to cause conflict and stuff in your life. But the thing is, you've already severed that tie. So they can't even get into your space even if they wanted to try at this point. Let's get one more from here, Spirit. That's what I'm picking up on. What we got? Message, oh boy. And expected or unexpected news, communication, reconciliation. So somebody might come in, especially during the retrograde, trying to communicate with you. Yeah. But the thing is, again, this person just wants to control things. But you took back that power. Remember we were talking about that crown energy that we saw? It's in the deck though, right? Yeah. From the other deck, that crown energy came out, like talking about, being in your own power. This person has no power over you anymore. If they had any power at all, right? Yeah. Because again, you were protected. A pure, well-intentioned, it says angel. A pure, well-intentioned person, divine protection and messages. So, you got that fucked up energy that was trying to come in, and they might try to come back into your space, and you're just going to have to be able to, not allow that to happen. Yeah, that bridge is done. It's burned. 41 when I looked up. Like, a lot of number 5 energy throughout this reading. You've realized that this person is not somebody who you want in your space. One more from here, Spirit. Thank you. Poverty. This person might try to come back around because they need something from you. They might need money. Yeah, broken heart is here. They might even took so much from you that it made you feel like this. Fox. Somebody who's very clever. They're a trickster. Dream. Things that may or not be possible, but are always desired and wished for. It's given like they wish that they could have had the things that you had, and they try to take from you. And they sent some negative ass energy your way to, take you off of your path, but what's yours is always going to be yours. It doesn't matter what they try to do. Good luck with that. Good luck with it. Let's see how that works out for you. When I split the deck for the tarot, we have strength, and we have the 7 of Pentacles. So you guys have, taken this energy that these experiences, and you're using it as a, a way to find encouragement and whatnot within yourself and confidence. So, invest in yourself. Do something that, is worthwhile for you. I think for a long time you guys might have done things for everyone else except for yourself, and now you're realizing you can't do that anymore. So again, that energy of, as we saw earlier in the reading, if there's anything that's coming in trying to disturb your peace, you're like, yeah, no thank you. Closing out that cycle. Whereas closing in people's faces if they do try to come in with that energy, right? And look what we got here too as I'm shuffling. We got that King of Swords. That King of Swords don't play that shit. Yep. They trying to come in with fucking conflict. No thank you. Alright, let's get like 3 cards from here. Little 3-card spread. We have King of Pentacles here on the bottom. Interesting. Somebody could be an earth sign, or there could be an earth sign involved. 6 of Cups is on the top rather. That's about the past, and possibly people wanting to come in and reconcile. 5 of Pentacles. So the body from the past is going through it, bro. And we saw that energy already. We saw the poverty card, and we saw other energy that kind of, lent to that as well. And I think you guys are doing well, and they're seeing that, and they're like, ooh, how can I come in and fuck it up? No, thank you. So what is the recent past energy, Spirit? Death. It's over. It's done. This is already this is already over. This is more of a warning, I guess, that they want you to, recognize that there are people who are going to try to come back. Yeah, you're focused on yourself, your happiness. Literally, what we saw in the beginning of the reading. Yeah, you feel, fired up and happy. Knight of Wands is here. Like, and I think that's you guys in this case. Like, I just feel like you guys are like, I know that this is something that no longer serves, and I just want to be happy. I had to walk away. Eight of Cups. I had to walk away. And that journey is hard when allow people and situations to stay in your life for way longer than they should have. That's the thing. Mm. What is the current energy, Spirit, for the collective? What is the current energy? What do we got here? Four of Wands. So that is giving the energy of stability, right? Home being so important right now. Yeah, and you feel very passionate about this. As far as here again, same positioning too. Yeah. Trusting your inner knowing through this process too, right? As you focus on the here and the now and understand, recognize, observe pattern recognition, recognizing, things that maybe you didn't recognize before, like you felt it, you knew something was, amiss, but you rocked with it anyway, and now you're like, nah, no more of that shit. Nobody's about to come for my stability, my peace, the harmony that I'm protecting within my home. Yes, strength is here again. Definitely getting a lot of fire sign energy too, by the way. Some of you guys might have fire in your chart, or this is the energy you're in right now, really fired up, really passionate. All right, feeling inspired. All right, what is the likely outcome, Spirit? And then after this deck, I'm going to pull from two more decks, and then that'll be the end of the reading. So probably like two from those other two decks, and that'll be it. Not going to go too crazy. This was just a more quick little energy check-in. I wouldn't say quick, because it's almost an hour. But none of my readings are actually quick. But like, quicker than some. Sometimes I'm up here for like 2 hours. So it's like, I would say this one's not that long. Plus I'm kind of tired too. Thank you. Alright. So, we have the Knight of Swords here. Look at the surrounding energy before I give you guys what I'm picking up on. That's what I was picking up on. Okay. So what I'm picking up on right now is, for the likely outcome, seizing new opportunities, and planning. So we have the Three of Wands here on the bottom, which usually represents a sense of foresight and planning. Waiting for your ships to sail in, that kind of thing. It could represent distance. And we did talk about an energy of possibly moving for some, not for all, but for some. And then we have the Two of Wands, which also represent moving, right? Distance. But needing to also make the choice to do it and then put the action behind it. So once you do, I feel like you guys are going to be hitting the road doing something, whether it's figuratively or literally. Yeah. You guys are very resilient. You've been through a lot, but you're going to come out on top, regardless of any of it. Nine of Wands here in the middle of the deck. Any last messages from the Tarot, Spirit? Ooh, I like that. Ace of Pentacles. Ooh. Shit. Can I borrow some? It's given, like, once you allow yourself to fully remove yourself from the things that have showed up in this reading, and really like step in and focus on yourself. What really makes you happy? No longer pussyfooting around you know, oh, well, what if this, what if that? And trust me, I know how it goes because I do the same shit. But what I am getting is this energy of like, once you allow yourself to really fully immerse in this, new opportunity that's coming towards you, whatever it is, because it's looking different for everybody. Some people, it might be like financial. I'm not really picking up on love too much. I just think in general it's just a new outlook on life and being in a more peaceful place. That's what I'm more so getting than anything, to be honest with you. Yeah, after being through so much. Yeah, you're stepping up into your life and into your authority and saying, okay, yeah, I'm doing shit for myself. If it's work related, some of you guys might be getting a promotion, like as a leader. When I say leader, I'm trying to say lead, or like the leading person in your department or something like that, or some type of leadership role, which is pretty cool. Being able to utilize your talents in a different way. Before we even do anything, we have on the bottom of the deck for this deck here, we have, I'll show you what the deck looks like, because I like to show the deck sometimes for people who might want to purchase it for themselves. But we have the Urban Truth deck. I really like this one because this one looks into many different areas of life. But yes, always bet on yourself. Take those risks when it comes to yourself and what it is that you want. Yeah, know your worth. Know your fucking worth. Because if you don't, who else would? Right? Alright, so we're going to get like two from here, and then we're going to close out with the Soul's Journey, which is like some more like affirmations, I would say. And then that will be the end of the reading. I hope that those of you who were able to tune in for, even if it was just a brief period of time, hope you got some kind of message out of it and it was helpful. Kind of a slow one tonight, I guess, but it's fine. Even if just one person resonated and got the message, that's all that matters. One more shuffle. Alright. Thank you. Wrong timing is here on the bottom of the deck. The connection exists, but life circumstances clash. Alignment is missing for now. Not sure what that is pertaining to, but maybe at one point there was something in your life that you wanted, whether it was a partner, or let's say partnership, but like, or connection, it says connection, but maybe like at one point there was something that you desired in general, whatever that may be, and it just wasn't the right opportunity or time, and that could be why this card came out as the last card from the tarot. There are new things happening that allow for you to go towards these things now. Seize those opportunities when they present themselves. So I'm getting respect your limits is here on the top. Your boundaries protect you. And we talked about protection throughout this reading. You're not meant to carry everything. Know where the line is. Yeah. That's important. Mixed signals. They act warm, then cold. You're left guessing their intentions. The inconsistency speaks louder than words. For some, this could be about romance. Or it could just be like, I'm getting more romance on this, which is interesting because we didn't really get romance throughout this reading that much. But for somebody, this could be a message that they want you to know. So we can take the messages as they resonate, of course. All right, let's get two cards from here. Excuse me. Yeah, wrong timing is here again. So something was like the wrong timing, and it's like now new opportunities are presenting themselves. Say no first. Your peace matters more than their expectations. You don't need to over explain. Saying no protects your energy. So they keep talking about protecting your energy. This could be a situation or a person in which the reason why the timing was wrong is because they could not respect your boundaries. And if they couldn't respect those boundaries, it could be work, whatever, family, doesn't matter. The point of the matter is it will always be the wrong time if people are overstepping and not doing what they are supposed to do to pull their end of their, the bargain, right? Their weight. You get a job and they say, oh, this is the expectation, and you're doing way more than what they told you you're gonna do for the job, but yet they're compensating you fucking peanuts. Like, no, because stay here if I'm not getting, what I know I deserve, or a crappy, friendship where you're always showing up for them, but they don't show up for you. My throat chakra kind of acted up when I said that. We were picking up on weird friend vibes a moment ago. So it could be something like that. Top of the deck. She said, what? A shocking comment spreads instantly. Reactions explode. Expect emotional aftershocks. So somebody could be spreading like lies or rumors or something like that. Maybe because you put up that boundary, now they want to act brand fucking new. I'm getting something like that. Energy never lies. Someone's intentions show in their vibe. Your body recognizes truth first. Pay attention to the signals. So maybe you knew something was off about somebody, and you're like, yeah, this is not the energy I want around me. You went and pursued new things, went into a new direction when it came to what it is that you really are focusing on in your life, whatever that is. I'm getting something like that. Let's get one more from here, Spirit. Now I'm getting really hungry. I need something. I didn't eat that much today. I didn't even have a lunch break today. So, teacher life. All right. Thank you. Backstage talk. Conversations about you, see, happen when you're not in the room. Multiple voices blend into one story. Someone is spreading narratives. I'm telling you, some weird ass energy. I'm even getting for some of you, and this could explain why this wrong time card keeps on popping up now. So I'm like, I'm not really feeling where it's going. Now it's making a lot more sense as we're diving a little bit deeper. What I'm getting is this could be even situations or people that kind of temporarily blocked certain opportunities for you by talking. Running off at the mouth, lying about you and saying all kind of bullshit, spreading rumors. And then other people had to start seeing for themselves, like, nah, that's not how it really is. That's not really what the collective is about. The truth always will prevail, though, right? Can it slow you down a little bit? Maybe, but is it going to completely deter you off your path? No, because it's fated to happen this way. However, the way it happens is going to look different for everybody. But new opportunities are about to present themselves. You've been diligent and you've been real and you've been raw, and you're like, you know what? I am who I am. I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be. Y'all can sit there and talk shit all you want, but I'm setting goals for myself and I'm doing the damn thing. So it's fine. Fuck you. Your ambition is expanding. You see opportunities clearly. You're ready for more. Exactly. You're not letting people and their drama and shit deter you off your path. Heart over logic. You might have been in that space at one point. Emotions override reason. You know the truth, but you ignore it. Your heart keeps trying anyway. So it's like at one point, maybe you were like, oh no, that's not really what's happening. Trying to tell yourself, and convince yourself, like, no, it's not like that. Nah. Look, passive shade. Yeah, see? Look, subtle tone reveals hidden resentment. The real message is between the lines. Shade speaks loudly. Man, I didn't know where this part of the reading was going to go, but it's starting to make a lot more goddamn sense. Because I'm like, wait a minute, it started off so goddamn positive. But it's a warning. They're just letting you know, like, there are people who are going to try to come back who, put you in a fucked up space to begin with. And they're going to try to come back in, trying to get in your good graces. And that's the energy that has been popping up lately. I'm getting, be careful who you trust. Right? We have the, for our last deck that we're going to pull from, the Soul's Journey. Just going to pull from here real quick. What we got? And doubt. Yeah. Like, I'm even getting, like, these are people or situations that put doubt in you. Like, you started to not really feel confident in yourself and shit. And you're regaining that. Thank God. Because you deserve to feel, good about yourself. And you shouldn't allow anybody to take you off of that path. But that could have been something that held you back for a little bit. put you in a little bit of a place of lack, maybe. Helping yourself with spirit. Blame. Here on the bottom of the deck. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Can't really control what other people do, but you can control how you react to others, and you can control, you know, how you participate in it. You can't control everything. You can control your own way of doing things, how you respond, how you react. Perseverance is here on the top of the deck. It says, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Exactly. Get that mind right, baby. And trust. Here again. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Exactly. Because you've learned a lot of lessons, right? You're seeing the truth for what it is. Let's get two from here to close out, Spirit. And that'll be it. It's one of those things like, it's hard to accept the truth sometimes. But, once you start to see things and people for what yep, it's a friendship. I'm telling you. 3 cards that came out. Once you start to see, things and people for what it is, and the rest is a done deal. We have service here. I feel good when I can help others. Along with friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. I see where this is going. I get, fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Interesting. Now those came out for a reason together like that. I'm going to accept them almost like as one card or one narrative, because this is what I'm picking up on. Oh, my girl's on. Go check her out in a second. But, yes, Tears and Wheat Tarot Show. Fati, she's on. So, definitely gonna check my girl out. So, what I'm getting is, like, you guys are very giving people, very loving, generous individuals who, you wear your heart on your sleeve. You're there for people at the drop of a fucking hat. And people don't do the same for you. And you're starting to realize that by holding on to relationships and situations in which are depleting me, bleeding me dry, whatever way that looks like for you, whether it's emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, whatever the case, you're starting to realize that not every relationship serves the way that you feel like it's meant to serve. Here you are doing everything for everybody else, but they're not doing the same for you. And it could come from a place of like a lack mindset, like, okay, well, I never really had friends before, love before, so I stay in these relationships longer than I should. And it's like, no, maybe out of fear too, right? Will I ever have any real friends or love or whatever? And it's like you can't keep on pouring out like that for people who don't fucking help you or are not there for you. That's a no. That's a dub, man. We have forgiveness here. So it's the time to practice forgiveness. Like, you don't have to, do it for them. Do it for yourself. People and their past behaviors and stuff like that. Yeah, free yourself of that. It ain't for them, it's for you. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And that was the whole purpose of this reading from the very beginning. So we're coming full circle now. Peace. Finding that peace. Not letting anybody disturb it. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. That's literally what this whole reading has been about, and now we're just coming full circle on this. One more from here, Spirit. And I'm gonna eat because I'm fucking starving. I don't even know what I'm gonna have yet. Got a few options, so I'm like, did a little grocery shopping earlier, so now I'm like, like, I can make tacos. I can do pasta. You have loneliness here. I know that I'm never alone. We saw that orphaned card earlier, right? So it's, again, understanding that, sorry, my back and my shoulders hurt. But, understanding that there's this emphasis right now on being at peace within yourself, not having to seek validation and stuff outside of yourself. When you're able to be in your own company and in your own space and not worry about, other people, that is one of the most beautiful fucking feelings in the world. I am okay by myself. Like, I am such a recluse nowadays in a good way. Like, I still, have friends and stuff like that that I speak to regularly and all that stuff. I go out from time to time, not as much as I should, but like, point being is like, I'm not just like wasting away, bed rotting. You know what I mean? Like, I choose to be in my own space because that's what I want. Nobody can disturb that. So it's like, I'd rather be in my own space and in my own company, knowing that I am good where I'm at and I'm in a, I feel level headed for the most part. You know what I mean? I have my moments sometimes, but like for the most part, I feel pretty fucking good. I like it. So, I'm not gonna let people put doubt into my heart. You know what I mean? Or situations put doubt into my heart anymore. I've done that already. Been there, done that. Do I still have my moments? Absolutely. Especially like career now is my new thing that I'm worried about. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Some of you guys might be dealing with that too. It's a balance, right? It's a balancing act. Once you start to find balance in your life, you know what I mean? That loneliness, it kind of goes out the window. You're not worried about that anymore. Yeah. As I say, you're not worried about that anymore. Middle of the deck worry. Yeah, you're not worried about that anymore. So that's a good energy to be in. So that's what I picked up on for you guys. Being comfortable within your own space, finding peace in that, finding happiness and whatnot, harmony, all that stuff within that. So with all that said, my loves, I'm about to go check out my girl Lati at Tears and Be Tarot show. She's on right now. She's been on for probably about 5 minutes or so. But yeah, if you were able to, chime in at all and watch any of this, I hope that something resonated with you. And if not, check out other content or just other readers. Maybe we just don't vibe, and that's totally okay. Um, we're just, trying to deliver messages that are meant to help others. That's all we're doing over here. So, not everybody's into that kind of thing. Everybody wants to know, oh, are they coming back? I don't do that shit over here. So, if that's the reader you want, you ain't gonna get it over here. Just saying. That's being real. But, anywho, I love you guys. And until next time, I'll see you guys next time. Take care. I'll probably check in on maybe Saturday, but we'll see. All right, love you guys.